recent talk surrounding Demi Lovato's negative attitude and entitlement issues, we thought it was the perfect time to break down all the celebrities who tried to warn us about Demi in the past. I'm Mackenzie, and let's get into the celebrities who tried to warn us about Demi Lovato. But first, make sure to subscribe if you're new here and want to see more. Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato have had a very rocky relationship over the last decade, and at this point, it's safe to say the former BFFs are not even close. They first became friends when they were 7 years old and acting on Barney and Friends. Their friendship continued into their teens when they were both Disney stars, and they publicly told the world that they were BFFs. But their friendship started to strain when Selena started to make new friends, namely Taylor Swift. The strain became obvious in 2010 when a fan asked Demi how Selena was, and Demi replied, quote, "Ask Taylor Swift." Lovato also did some other interviews around that time, stating that their friendship was drifting. The pair then had an on and off decade where they would be best friends one year and then seemingly hate each other the next. The pair also frequently followed and then unfollowed one another on social media. It seems that over the years, Selena has tried to make amends with Demi, but Demi is the one keeping the strain on their relationship. But since Demi is known for cutting friends off, it seems that they are most likely the problem. Taylor Swift. Leading in from our last point, we have Taylor Swift. I'm not sure that Demi and Taylor ever had much of a friendship, but they became enemies after Demi savagely called out Taylor for taking Selena from them. But that one incident I discussed earlier was just the beginning. Demi also unnecessarily bashed Taylor after she donated $250,000 to Kesha during her legal battle with Dr. Luke. Lovato wrote on Instagram, quote, "Not everyone has $250,000 to just give to people. Would love to, but I didn't grow up with money and definitely haven't made as much as her. At least I speak up about things that's uncomfortable to talk about rather than trying to be politically correct 24/7. Then going on to say that Swift just uses women empowerment to further her brand, but won't have the uncomfortable conversations publicly. Taylor never commented on the situation, but it didn't stop Demi from doing so. A few months later, Demi told Refinery29 that they don't like people in the industry who brand themselves as feminist, but don't do the work. Adding later, quote, "I think that having a song in a video about tearing Katy Perry down, that's not women's empowerment." Clearly insinuating that they were talking about Taylor. Taylor continued to take the high road, but Demi decided to keep making enemies in the industry. Nicki Minaj. This one's honestly hilarious. Nicki and Demi were both Moschino designer Jeremy Scott's guests at the 2016 Met Gala, so they all went as a group. After the event, Nicki posted a photo online with all three of them, but she only tagged Jeremy Scott in the photo, not Demi. Demi then lashed out on social media, tweeting, quote, "When you aren't mentioned in a post but didn't do to the person," then posting their own photo of Minaj glaring at them, where Minaj looks to be annoyed at Demi. Demi later clarified that they were not trying to shade Nicki, more so just make fun of the night in general. However, months later, it turned out that was not the case, and Demi did an interview where they said that they had such a bad experience at the Met Gala, they wanted to actually drink that night, which led Demi to go to an AA meeting that night. Nicki never addressed the beef, but I'm sure she was more than a little ticked off. Obviously, we have no idea what actually happened between them at the event. I mean, some bad stuff could have went down, but not tagging Demi in the photo definitely didn't warrant that kind of response. Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey is the last person that anyone would want to get in a fight with, but Demi still managed to feud with her anyways. Although I will say it was pretty one-sided. In 2016, Lovato commented on a meme that basically said that Ariana Grande is the budget version of Mariah Carey, writing, quote, "You got it the wrong way around, honey. Mariah is a legend and so talented, but constantly disses people. It's so nasty the way she treats Jennifer Lopez. Ari did nothing wrong." Adding in another comment, quote, "The woman is mean for no reason. Extremely talented, yes. Superhuman, possibly. Unnecessarily rude, absolutely." Carey never responded to the shade publicly until Andy Cohen asked her about it months later. Carey responded, quote, "I don't know her either, and so I wouldn't say anything to her. She should come up, introduce herself to me, say, here's my opinion, what do you think about it? That's how you handle shit, okay?" And I have to say, I mean, Mariah is absolutely right. Also, the "I don't know her" comment just so much better after referencing Jennifer Lopez. It was like an infamous, reference that with their feud, Carey didn't know her. Stalker Sarah. Stalker Sarah was a huge Instagram influencer many years ago that was known for stalking celebrities and getting pictures with all of them. One of these celebrities was Demi Lovato. In 2016, Sarah posted a photo with Demi with the caption, quote, "Having a blast at Dallas Lovato's showcase with my girl Demi Lovato. So proud of my babes." She also mentioned Lovato's younger sister, Madison de la Garza, several times. But Demi ended up completely lashing out at the friendly caption and replied, quote, "I'm not your effing girl. If I was, you wouldn't be asking for pictures. You stalk people for a living. We are not friends. Get a job. This is my 14-year-old baby sister. She's not your babe. With Demi continuing that their family was not afraid to press charges. Fans were completely shocked to see what Demi had written to a fan, calling it completely out of line. Demi's sister seemed to think so too and privately DM'd Sarah, writing, quote, "Sarah, I'm so sorry about what's going on. I'm so disgusted. I can't tell you how embarrassed I am for what's going on." Zendaya. Demi Lovato also took aim at Zendaya back in the day and called out the actor for a line that she said in a TV show. While Zendaya was starring on Disney's Shake It Up in 2013, Zendaya said an eating disorder joke on the show and Demi bashed her online for saying it. Demi also made a comment about Zendaya and joked that Disney actresses were getting thinner and thinner and that they missed the days of Lizzie McGuire and That's So Raven. Zendaya didn't end up responding to the nasty comment, however, her father did. Her dad tweeted to Demi that they should apologize to Zendaya for the comment, saying that his daughter looks up to Demi and they shouldn't send her hate. Lovato later apologized but made another swipe at Zendaya's body years later when they tweeted negatively about Zendaya getting her own Barbie doll, saying that they needed to make a curvy doll instead. Backup dancer. So this story is really insane and I had no idea that it happened until I was researching for this video. Demi made headlines in 2010 when one of their backup dancers exposed that Demi punched them in the face. According to People, while Lovato was on tour with the Jonas Brothers, they were acting up. After Demi got a talking to from the tour manager, they demanded to know who ratted them out. Demi then got the idea that their backup dancer, Alex Welch, was the one that snitched and allegedly ended up punching them in the face. In late December of 2010, People reported that Welch and Lovato reached a settlement for an undisclosed sum for the incident. But obviously, violence is never the answer. Just want to put that out there. So that's all for the list, guys. Let me know your thoughts below. But before I go, I'm gonna shout out some comments from celebrities that defended Britney Spears. Thomas said her current boyfriend has celebrity status because of her. I don't trust him. Perez Hilton is a toxic human being who blasts everyone and then tries to play goody-goody defending her. I do agree we can't totally trust Sam Asghari because, I mean, he might have bad intentions himself. Like, I don't think we should 100% trust him, but I mean, at least he is supporting her. And yeah, Perez is definitely just apologizing for the cameras. I don't feel that he actually means it. Then Wendy said, of course, Kim has to make it about her. I did see a lot of people comment that I didn't really feel that she was making it about her, more just like relating it to her situation. But I mean, yeah, I guess she kind of was talking about herself. Then Kathleen said, let's talk about how young Britney started making money for her family. Do you think they will let that money cow go? Of course they won't. Britney deserves to be able to make her own choices. If she wasn't raking in the money, her family wouldn't be doing this. They would cut her loose. It's unfortunate, but it's probably true. I mean, what if your daughter is so mentally, let's say, ill that she can't even like control her own life, buy her own clothes, whatever, why should she be responsible for performing all these shows? It's so crazy, and it really just proves how greedy that they are. Just clearly it's like, oh, they want to work her and then be able to control her, like legally force her to work for them. And then that's it. It's insane. Alright guys, that's all for the video today. Thanks so much for sticking around if you made it all the way here. If you liked the video and want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel below. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith. Make sure to check us out on social media and I will catch you all in the next one.